When does a mentee become a mentor? I'm learning to thrive in the gig economy. Would you like to learn too? Had an interesting lesson this week on paying things forward. As you know, I've talked in the past about my mentors, and I'm very grateful for them. Over the past year or so, they've really helped me get going on my freelance journey and have helped me really develop a business sense about doing freelance work. Well, this week I had lunch with a young woman who is interested in being an entrepreneur, running workshops dealing with young women. And we talked a little bit, and I realized that she was asking me questions that I had asked my mentors a year ago. And she referred to me as, well, you're doing sort of a mentor for me, Bruce. And you're really helpful and really inspirational. And it took me by surprise because I didn't think I was helping her that much at all because I don't really know a whole lot. But the fact is that she thinks that I'm doing her a favor by having lunch and talking about what I've been doing for the last year. And I guess that's what a mentor does, right? He shares his experience and shares his knowledge about what has been going on. And she seemed very grateful, and she was very thankful for it. I felt like I got a lot out of doing it. First of all, I felt good about being able to explain how far I've come along, and I felt like I was passing some knowledge on to someone else, like almost like I was paying it forward. My mentors gave me this knowledge, I'm giving it to this young woman. Who knows where it's going to go next? Maybe she turns around and gives it to someone else. And so I think that was really an interesting lunch. I feel like, at any point you start to realize once you have some knowledge, you want to share it. You want to share it with people that are eager to learn, that are willing to learn. And I felt good about it. So maybe I'm sort of in that in-between stage where instead of just being a mentee, I'm also going to be a mentor, and I hope she continues to appreciate my help. I'm certainly going to be willing to help her. In a related note, I talked to somebody else about the fact that thank you notes are actually business letters when you think about it. I had met a young woman who is interested in doing social media posts for people, that kind of marketing. And I already do that for some people. So we had something in common. We chatted a little bit. And I looked at her website and I sent her a note about it. And she sent me a thank you note that, to keep her in mind and whatnot. And in the thank you note, there were 2 typos and 1 grammatical error, I think. And I looked at it and I thought, maybe she just doesn't realize that I'm a potential client. And thank you notes are business letters. They're actually solicitation for business when you think about it. You have to be very careful with a thank you note because you want to thank them and you want to slip in the idea of what you do and ask for their help, ask for their business. So I explained to somebody close to her about the letter, and they're going to talk to her about it so that she doesn't make that mistake again. So always keep that in mind when you're writing letters, even little short thank you notes. They are business letters, and you need to be very careful with the grammar and spelling at all times. If you found this video helpful, I hope you like it and share it, and talk to you next week.